Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So today I am doing one on all my military vehicles, my cannons, that sort of stuff. Just a bunch of stuff I use in my military mocks. So some of this stuff is not done in terms of what I've built, and a lot of this stuff is. For example, I have this Higgins boat, which is mostly done. All it's missing is really like a few pieces and stuff like that, and that's about it. This is not done. This is basically what you have here. It would go down like this, and I'm just missing that piece there, which is a modified 1x1 brick with studs on all four sides. And I believe that's really all that's not done, just this and the Higgins boat, which this is a test version of a Higgins boat. I got the scale right. It's just the only thing about this I did not get right was having a mix of dark bluish gray and stuff like that. So at least I got the scale right and all that sort of stuff. So that's what matters to me. So we're gonna get into this right now, and probably gonna start from over here with the stuff I built, because I pretty much have it all in one area right here. And then kind of when you reach this way, it's fakes. These though are not fakes. These are Brickmania kits, which I had a steal on, so I'll talk about that later. But for now, we're going to talk about this. I've used these two pieces in my D-Day builds. I believe the first one I used them on was my Omaha Beach build. I've done multiple D-Day videos. Like, I need to actually go and put a whole playlist down for it all, I think. But as you can see, it's not that complicated. It's literally just two different pieces for the whole like log structure, and then two different pieces for the mines, because these are supposed to represent mines. Because all it is just these 1x1 cylinder pieces, and then a modified 1x1 brick with a studs on all four sides. Just pretty simple all around, so it's not that big of a deal. This here is actually a tank trap like these, except this is made out of wood, because they actually did surprisingly make these out of wood. It just wasn't as common as seeing them made out of, you usually see them made out of metal usually than you do out of wood. So I was like, you know what, I want to make one out of that just for the fun of it, because I believe they weren't circular like that. They probably would have been more like that, but honestly I kind of liked that too. So now I have these two cannons here, technically three, but these two roughly are the same for the most part, like just basics, fundamentals. Like here they're the same, the wheel, stuff like that, but the back of how they connect to the actual base of the build isn't the same. But basically I could use these in like Civil War builds, which I have used them in Civil War mocks, or I could use them in an American Revolution mock, which I would love to do one day. And then I have this one, which would be really good for like maybe some sort of fort, if it was made of like concrete, or not concrete, more like stone or something like that. Just something like that. I don't know specifically what sort of fort that would be for. I really don't know, but I think it'd be cool if I used that in like some sort of Civil War build. So I have these three hay bales that I made. Never wanted to take them apart because they're actually not terrible and all that. Which I used these in the Battle of Kursk, and I used these in the Battle of Crete that I did. And that's pretty much everything right there. We're going to move on to my Higgins boat. Like I said, this is still a work in progress, but I mean, it's pretty much mostly done. It can fit 3 crew right here. You got 1 driver, and then 2 guys that would sit here on machine guns, which, like I said, not done, but that's the idea. You'll probably notice there's rainbow brick and stuff down there. That's because this is meant to, be a test run. It's not meant to be something that, I'm gonna absolutely make perfect or anything like that. It's just meant to be something that just works. So, and I'm not gonna lie, the one concern that I do have now that I'm actually looking at it is I'm pretty sure dust is probably gonna collect down there towards the bottom, but I don't know. But then again, if it does, then oh well, because I'm not really gonna notice it. But I think this looks pretty nice considering, like, this wasn't a current project in the sense of something I needed done for a D-Day build or anything like that. It was just something I was doing for fun. But this is what the bottom looks like. It's a pretty, which if it wants to focus, that is. Don't know why it doesn't want to focus very well, but I mean, you can see how to get a better grip on my phone. You can see it's pretty simple, nothing too crazy. Pretty big, honestly, for a Higgins boat, but like, to be fair, you can fit 3 crew members, like I said, 2 gunners, 1 driver, and then I think like 8 to 10 guys here, something like that. I'm not too sure with guns, but I think like 8, which is not terrible. I think obviously I'm sure an actual one could hold more, but like I say, for the sake of just for Lego and all that, 8 to 10 guys still is not that bad. It's pretty close to accurate, because I'm pretty sure actual ones held maybe like 12 to 20. I'm not too sure the exact number off the top of my head, but not counting crew, because crew would have stayed in this and not, you know, fought on the beaches or anything like that. They would have just drove this back to the boat, picked up more guys for the second wave, that sort of thing. So, but these items here are made with real Lego. They're not fake Lego. But all of these right here, they're fake Lego. Besides these camo anti-tank guns here. But these anti-tank traps, they are fake. I bought them off of AliExpress and made them. They're not too bad. They actually are really nice, although for scale, they're pretty big. Honestly, I think they're a lot bigger than an actual anti-tank trap like this. So I think they're a lot bigger than they should be, but I don't know. I've never actually stood beside one, so it's kind of hard to say, you know, how big one should be in Lego scale, because like obviously they shouldn't be half the size of your body. But I don't know, I've never actually stood beside one or anything like that, so maybe it's something I need to do a bit more research on. Now this here is a Kettenkrad. I already did a video on that, so I'm not really going to say much about it, but it looks pretty nice considering I bought that with this Kübelwagen for like $7 or something like that. And this Panther, already used that thing in a few builds, 2 of them being Battle of Kursk and the Battle of the Bulge build I did. And then I have 2 T-34s there, as you can see, which I'm trying to get my camera to focus, which are basically just baby T-34s. When I say that, I mean they're literally small. They're nothing complicated. They're just basically copies of each other, which are fake Lego. Same with that Panther, which still looks very nice for being fake Lego, honestly. And like I said, there's this Kübelwagen I got right here. Got that Kettenkrad with it, so. And I put an MG42 I had to spare on top of it. And then here I got this F4U Corsair, which I have shown this in a video already. But the wings do fold. As you can see, which I'm not going to unfold them completely, because there's no reason to, but you can see they do. Personally, I'd rather keep them folded up for when I put them up later, just because of the fact it's a little more compact that way. Now we're getting to the last little leg of just everything that I have here, which is these Brickmania anti-tank guns. Now, I said I got these on a steal, and when I say that, I mean it quite literally. I think Brickmania, when they sold these, because they're discontinued now, I think. Not too sure, but they're Type 1 anti-tank guns, I guess is what they're called. And they sold them, I think, like $30 a piece. I bought these off of eBay for like maybe $22 for 5 of them, which means I saved like maybe $130-ish almost $130 basically. So when I say I got those on a steal, I got those on a steal. And plus, Brickmania, as we know, they're expensive. Their kits are expensive. Same with their soldiers, but, you know, they got sticker packs, so that's one good thing they have. I won't complain about that, but this is literally just a steal and a half. I obviously don't need 5 of these, but why not have 5 of these in case I ever wanted to have a whole line of anti-tank guns firing at like 100 Shermans one day? That'd be funny. That would just be funny if I could make like a massive build like that. I just think that'd be hilarious. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I was gonna do in this video. Just talk a little bit about this stuff. More videos to come soon. And yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Sorry if I'm not as enthusiastic as I am. I have been recording like 2 videos today just because today I've been in an actual mood to record. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, as you can see, that was the base plate I literally used for my minifigure video, and I recorded that the same day as I'm recording this because, like I said, I've been in a mood to record. I don't know, not something I usually do, but I really wanted to record today just because honestly I've been having a great day with all this sort of stuff. So yeah, plus I wanted to bring all this out anyways, do that. So yeah, hopefully you all have a great day and a great night, and I want to thank you all for tuning into the videos and making my 2026 and our 2026 great so far. So hopefully you all have a great day and a great night, and whenever I release this video, I hope you all enjoy it, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day and a great night, and thank you all for subscribing and watching. I'll see you all in the next video.